What does it mean to be a failure?
So, as you guys know, there's different types of failures in the world, right?
Yeah.
But the most commonly perceived one is based off of probably stereotypes.
What kind of stereotypes?
Well, you see, you're driving in your car, you're with your bud, and you guys are on, you guys are riding past Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma's got a lot of homeless people there.
Yes, they do.
A lot of people with signs saying, family with kids, veteran, I just want food, anything. All right. What's your first impression when you see somebody like that? What are they gonna use that money for? You think?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking a question.
Oh no, I'm saying what are they gonna use that money for?
I think most of them are probably have money and probably just want to go buy some alcohol or drugs or cigarettes.
They're
So,
just
would
kind
you-
of bumming to get.
So
Yeah.
like, would you agree that the average person sees those people as like the failures of life?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
they just kind of amounted to nothing.
Okay.
They wasted their life. They failed.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at those people.
But that's not always the case, right? That's not.
Yeah.
It's not always the case. No.
I agree with that.
We see a lot of homeless people that have, lost jobs. Had,
Veterans, there's a lot of veterans.
yeah, people.
But why did they lose their job? Why are they
Yes.
homeless?
And that's the
Some of
question.
them
That's
are, maybe
it's all.
because
It's
of
all.
drug abuse.
Do you think it's their fault, or do you think it might be an
I
outside
think with
thing
this case,
sometimes?
failure is a lot situational when it comes to these type of people.
Yeah.
Some people do deserve to be called a failure. I think, because of their own decisions. But like we talked about earlier.
But I don't think whoever we call a failure, I think they can get out of that. I think they can not become a failure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's also like, how do you do that when you've lost your house, to something you couldn't control?
You kind of think they view themselves as a failure? Like you think
Yes,
they're like,
for sure, 100%.
I messed up. Like I'm a failure. Think they're like, I'm just living life. I'm just going about myself. I don't really consider myself as failing life.
I'd say, yeah.
It's kind of like the perception.
Yeah.
Of like if you're a failure or not.
I'd say after
Are there
a while,
really failures in the world?
I'd say after a while they believe themselves are failures, but I don't think that the common person should think and automatically assume that these people are true failures.
So what would you say makes a failure?
I think what makes a failure is
What makes a failure?
like I think you determine your own failureship.
Yeah, because it's like whatever you don't accomplish in your life's goal, it's like you failed. Like you're a failure.
Like a failure can be a guy that works a 8 to 5 job at his desk and hates his life, and
what would that make him?
Makes him a failure.
failure.
It makes him a failure.
To himself.
To himself.
Not to us.
To himself. This is why, because he feels like he's wasting his life. Like, what do you have back to look on? So I think what makes you not a failure is the stuff that you're more proud of in life.
Yeah.
Your accomplishments.
Yeah. Your awards.
Yeah.
Jenna, do you think that we, as an outside people, allowed to go into someone's life and call them a failure? Like, oh, you're a sucker, man. You're kind of a failure.
I don't really think we can because we don't know what happened. Like you were saying, if somebody lost a house from natural disaster or some sort, I don't know. We just don't know the full story.
Yeah.
So who are we to judge?
And then I also think, everybody fails in their life. So, technically, you could say everybody's been a failure.
Yeah.
I think everybody will be.
But what?
What makes you get out of that hole?
Yeah.
I think it's the mindset that you have that will get you out of the hole.
It's a big mindset thing. It's a big personal.
Because if you fail one time and you're like, I'm done, I'm a failure, I can't do this.
That's the real failure when you failed yourself.
That
is.
And you call yourself a failure.
If you fail yourself and you want to give up, folks, then you should be labeled as a failure.
So when you
I'm
fail,
sorry, but you should.
and then you give up. That's when you're.
But if
Never give up.
If you're on the streets and you're still grinding for that
Never
job,
give up.
if you're on the streets and you're still grinding for that job, I'm never gonna call you a
Knock
failure.
yourself some drip.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Pat yourself on the back.
Don't buy that alcohol and don't buy that drugs.
Buy that Supreme, baby.
Boom.
Boom.
That's all.
That's all. That's all.
That's all.